As we have created Eureka server, so in our next step we need to create Eureka clients. So we do have our clients ready, which is customer and fraud detection. We just need to add few dependencies for enabling it as a Eureka client. So we would need a Eureka Netflix Eureka client dependency. So let's just add it. So we need client dependency for our client project, and this dependency comes from our parent POM from our Spring Cloud dependencies. So basically, when we uh, re-import this, our dependency should be resolved in our client project as well. So as we can see in our customer project, we should have this dependency imported. So let's just open the dependencies, and we have the Spring Cloud started Netflix Eureka client are already imported into our project. So next thing is we need to add an annotation in our customer application to make this application as a Eureka client enable. So this annotation is enable discovery client. So this application will be exposed to Eureka server and will be registered with the Eureka server. We need to add some configurations as well in our applications YAML file. So let's just add them. I have just copied them here. So registered with Eureka should be true here, and fetch registry should also be true here for the client application. We set this parameters to false in our Eureka server application, as Eureka server application itself doesn't uh, want any discovery. Our clients needs to discover themselves through a Eureka server. So that's why we are adding these properties as true here. So I think this configuration should be done for customer application. So now let's do the same for fraud detection as well. So let's just add this Netflix client dependency in dependencies tag Spring Eureka client, and it comes from Spring Framework.cloud. So let's just import Maven, and this dependency should be available in fraud detection. So you can see this dependency is available here in dependencies in fraud detection. So let's just add this configuration here as well in our application.yaml file. So we need, so I think I opened wrong project. Let's just add it in our fraud detection. Source main resources and application.yaml. Let's just add the same configuration over here. Let's make this fetch registry true, and fetch register with Eureka also true. And we need annotation in our main class enable discovery client. So now hopefully our configuration for both the clients is done, and we are ready to start our application. Our Eureka server application is already running. Let's just start customer application first, and then a fraud detection application. So our customer application is up and running. Eureka server is also running. This fraud detection is being started. And one more thing which we need to change here, from our controller class in our service class, we are calling this this fraud microservice through the server name and port number, which is actually a static one at this moment. But as we have uh, now registered our clients, if you can see, this customer and fraud client is registered with our Eureka server. So the service discovery will be made through this Eureka server. So we can use this name fraud for calling out fraud detection service from our customer service. So we don't need to give the server name and port number anymore. We just can replace this with the name of our server, fraud server registered with our Eureka server. So when we call this service, it will automatically detect it from a service discovery, and it will it will make call to any one of the fraud service running on a server. So let's just restart our customer application as we have made this change. So once this application is restarted, we can just test the connectivity. So now our customer service will connect to fraud server through a service registry, which is our Eureka server in this case. So in order to test this, I'm just calling out this customer service. So our REST template, we can just uh, bypass this call, and there seems to be some error. Let's just check what the error is. So from customer service, we are calling our fraud detection service, and there is an error which is java.net unknown host exception. So it's not able to identify the fraud service, and it is failing because of that. So this is because we have a REST template in our customer service, which is configured through a customer config class, if you remember, and there we have injected this REST template as a bean. But as we we are calling fraud service, we need to make it a load balance one. So if there are multiple fraud detection services registered against Eureka server, it will load balanced among them. So we just need to add this annotation here in a REST template. So now let's just run this application again in a debug mode, and I will show you this call will be successful after that. So let's just wait for this customer application to be started. So customer application has been started now after making the changes into our config class uh, for this REST template bean. Let's just test it out from our postman. I'm just sending out the request to register a customer. So now we can see this customer is registered, and let's just check the fraud detection application logs. So now you can see one entry has been made into our fraud application as well. So let's just verify it from a backend. I'm just verifying it. So now you can see for this customer 2 entry has been made for fraud detection, and let's just verify if the customer is registered in our customer table as well. Yeah, so you can see this customer 2 has been registered into our database, and from this we can verify our service discovery is working fine, and we are able to detect a fraud detection service from a customer microservice through a Eureka server. Thank you. See you in a next lecture.